If you have tried to lose weight more than once and always ended up gaining back what you lost, or more, this video is for you, and I need you to stay until the end because what I am about to explain contradicts practically everything you have heard about dieting. I am a doctor, and every week I see frustrated patients who have done everything right. They have eaten less, exercised, followed fad diets, and still have no lasting results. It is not their fault. The information system around weight loss is broken, and today we are going to fix it. Over the next minutes, we will cover 6 things that will completely change how you understand body weight. 1. Why caloric balance only tells part of the story. 2. The hormones that decide where fat goes and how to regulate them. 3. The most damaging nutrition myths sabotaging your results. 4. Which exercise has the greatest real impact. 5. Why sleep and stress matter as much as what you eat. And 6. The 30-day plan you can start this very week. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed yet, do it now. I publish unfiltered medical content every week. First, the real science of body weight. Let us start with the most important thing. Body weight is not the result of a simple equation. It is the result of a complex system involving genetics, hormones, gut microbiome, sleep, stress, and behavior. The basic law of energy balance is true, so if you consume more calories than you burn, you store fat. But practical application is far more complex because the body is not a passive calculator. Consider this: basal metabolic rate. The energy your body needs just to stay alive represents 60 to 70% of your total daily caloric expenditure. And you can increase that number. How? With more muscle. Muscle tissue burns 3 times more calories than fat at rest. That is why strength training is so important for long-term weight loss, not just cardio. And here is something very few people know. Very restrictive diets, below 1,200 calories, reduce basal metabolism by up to 20 to 30%. This is called starvation mode. Your body detects scarcity and slows all processes to survive. That is why when you return to normal eating, weight comes back, and sometimes more than before. The optimal speed of weight loss is 0.3 to 0.5 kilograms per week. Slow, consistent, without triggering the body's defense mechanisms. Second, the hormones nobody explains to you. Now let us talk hormones, because if you do not understand this, no diet will work for you long term. Insulin is the most important hormone when talking about fat loss. When it is elevated and from consuming refined sugars and white flour, it blocks your body's ability to burn fat. It literally locks up your fat reserves. Leptin is the hormone that tells your brain you are full. The problem: very restrictive diets and poor sleep reduce the brain's sensitivity to leptin. Your body produces the satiety signal, but the brain does not hear it. And ghrelin, the hunger hormone, spikes when you sleep less than 7 hours. A study published in Annals of Internal Medicine found that sleeping 5 hours instead of 8 causes you to consume between 200 and 385 extra calories per day without realizing it. Over a year, that equals 7 or 8 additional kilograms. This means regulating hormones, not just counting calories, is the key. And the 2 most powerful levers for hormonal regulation are reducing refined sugars and sleeping well, 2 things that cost no money. Third, the myths destroying your results. Now the myths. Because the diet industry generates $250 billion annually, and part of that business depends on you continuing to believe things that are not true. Myth 1. Fat makes you fat. Healthy fats, avocado, olive oil, nuts, oily fish, are essential for your hormones, satiety, and absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. Overall caloric excess causes weight gain, not any specific nutrient. Myth 2. Carbohydrates are the enemy. Whole grain carbohydrates, oats, legumes, brown rice, are filling, fiber-rich, and necessary. The problem is refined ones: white bread, pastries, added sugar. Myth 3. Intermittent fasting is superior to any other strategy. Multiple comparative studies, including the TREAT trial, have found that intermittent fasting does not produce greater weight loss than continuous caloric restriction when total calories are equivalent. It works for those who find it works, not because it is magic. And myth 4. Light or sugar-free products help you lose weight. Many compensate the reduction in fat or sugar with other ingredients, and light labeling frequently leads to consuming larger portions. Always read the full ingredient list. Fourth, exercise that actually works and the neat secret. Let us talk exercise. Exercise accounts for only 20 to 30% of weight loss, but it transforms the body in ways diet alone cannot. Strength training is the most underrated. It does not just burn calories during exercise, it raises basal metabolism for 24 to 72 hours afterwards. This is called ebook, the afterburn effect. But there is something with an even greater impact that nobody talks about: NEAT. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It is all the movement in your daily life that is not formal exercise. Taking the stairs, walking to work, standing, cleaning. In active people, this can represent between 500 and 1,000 extra calories per day. In sedentary people, almost zero. When you start a diet, the brain unconsciously reduces your NEAT to compensate for the caloric deficit. That is why some people exercise but still do not lose weight. The solution? A goal of 8,000 to 10,000 steps daily. It is the change with the best effort to result ratio that exists. And here is the truth. The best exercise is the one you will do consistently for years. Adherence beats efficiency. A walking program you maintain for 12 months beats HIIT you abandon in 3 weeks. Fifth, sleep, stress, and the psychology of change. Two factors almost no weight loss guide mentions, and they are decisive. Sleep. Sleeping less than 7 hours spikes ghrelin by 28% and drops leptin by 18%. Your brain literally cannot feel full. Additionally, cortisol elevated by lack of sleep promotes visceral fat storage, abdominal fat, the most dangerous for cardiovascular health. Chronic stress. Continuously elevated cortisol increases appetite for high sugar and high fat foods, blocks the leptin signal, and promotes abdominal fat accumulation. Managing stress is not optional. It is part of the treatment. And the psychology, the all-or-nothing mindset, is the greatest saboteur of weight loss. Eating pizza on a Friday does not ruin a healthy week. What ruins it is the response, "I already failed, I might as well ruin everything." Instead of result goals, adopt an identity. I am someone who takes care of their body. Actions follow who you believe you are. And remember the 80-20 rule. Eating well 80% of the time produces the same results as perfection, but with infinitely greater adherence. Sixth, the 30-day plan, and now the practical plan. 4 weeks, one new habit each week without overwhelming you. Week 1, remove soft drinks and juices, add 1 vegetable to every meal, drink 1.5 to 2 liters of water daily, walk 20 minutes per day, fixed bedtime, and no screens 30 minutes before sleep. Week 2, add protein to breakfast, eggs, Greek yogurt, legumes. Increase to 30 minutes of walking and add 2 basic strength sessions. Eat 1 meal per day without screens. Week 3, apply the smart plate at every meal. Half vegetables, 1/4 protein, 1/4 whole grain carb. Target 8,000 steps daily. Add 1 daily stress management technique. Week 4, add kefir or natural yogurt. Cook at home 5 days, evaluate what worked, and plan the following month. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Before we finish, tell me in the comments, which of these sections surprised you most? The hormonal topic NEAT or the psychology of change. I love reading your responses and I reply to most of them. And if you know someone who has been struggling with their weight for years and always ends up rebounding, share this video with that person. It can make a real difference. If you want all this information in a format you can keep with you, consult whenever you need, and share with whoever you want. I have the complete ebook available. It is called Healthy Weight Loss: The Definitive Guide, written from a medical perspective without technical jargon, and covers everything we saw today and much more. Hormone tables, the complete 30-day plan, strategies for managing cravings, and the exercise guide with the real caloric impact of each activity. The link is in the description and in my profile. Subscribe if you want more medical content without a commercial agenda. I publish every week. See you in the next video.